Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am here on the show, and I'm here to recap this college basketball game I watched here tonight. A ranked matchup here. Big East battle, number 6 Uconn, number 15 St. John's. This game was never close. Uconn wins 72-40. This was just a dominant performance. Terrace Reed Jr., man, he was a phenomenal start to finish. He just dominated. They didn't let Zuby Ejiofor do much in this game. Nobody really did anything for St. John's. Uconn was dominant. Their defense was dominant. They didn't turn the ball over as much like they did in the first game against St. John's. Only 5 turnovers tonight. They had 20 assists. Dominant game from Terrace Reed, man, on both ends. He had a double-double. He had 6 blocks on the defensive end with 2 steals. He was fantastic. Silas Demery, only 1 turnover. The games have been, the previous 2 games they played against St. John's from Georgia, and first game against St. John's this year with Uconn was really the turnovers, because he turned the ball over a total of 19 times. Well, tonight, only 1 turnover. Really the glue guy offensively. Even when he doesn't score that much, man, he's your point guard. Even if your point guard may not score that much at times, he is a true point guard. At the start of this game, it was a little close there, 9-6 at the first media timeout. But this place was rocking, man. But UConn's offense, you could just tell, it felt like it was going to be an ass whooping just from the start. Braylon Mullins knocks a corner 3 after a steal, a timeout. Then Malachi Smith with a basket and a foul early on. I think it was a 15-0 Uconn run at one point in the first half. It was 28-11. It was just a way different game than the first meeting. Uconn just felt like just more defensive intensity. I think St. John's went like 4. There was a key stretch during that first half where they kind of went like 4. It was either 5 or 6 minutes where they didn't score, and they'd missed its last 11 shots, and Uconn went on a 20-2 run, and then they're up by 21 just like that. And this is probably one of Terrace Reed's best games of his college career so far. I think even in the first half he had 14. And then I believe it was 41-26 at halftime. And then, so St. John's was able to keep within like 15, 16 points after that hot start, but it didn't matter. 7-0 run coming out of halftime, and they were just ran St. John's out of the building. And it was even at 7 minutes, 61-31. I did not picture this type of domination against a Rick Pitino team. Like St. John's, what did they shoot from the floor tonight? They shot 20%. Now, credit to UConn's defense, but my God, man, 20% from the field. That's just how dominant their defense was tonight, but St. John's offense was really damn bad. And Terrace Reed had a big night. Who else played well? Alex Caravan had a solid game, a good game from Solo Ball. Braylon Mullins hit 3 threes in this game. Silas Demery had a solid game in this one. He was really the glue guy. He had 7, 8, and 5. Standing ovation for him tonight. And Alex Caravan, because I think that's their last games at maybe in Uconn uniforms, I think. Their final game, I guess at home in Hartford. Some standing ovations they got. And also, just 1 turnover tonight after committing 7 on Saturday and 9 in the first meeting against St. John's this year for Demery. Much better game tonight. And I'll give you this, St. John's hadn't made a shot since the 17-28 mark of the second half, and there was 3:13 left. And they didn't score, and they didn't make any more shots. I think this was at like the 3:13 mark. They missed, 24 straight shots or something like that? This is probably the most dominant win in a meaningful game in quite a while for UConn. what a performance, man. But a huge one for a chance at the Big East regular season title. Like, this was just a pure ass-whooping domination, whatever the hell you want to call it, an ass-whooping. And it was, from just start to finish. St. John's went 2 for 28 from the field in the second half. Uconn outscored the Johnnies in the paint 42-12. Absolutely, just not just defensively but offensively dominated them in the paint. The first 15 minutes of that half was the best defense I felt like Uconn's played all season. I mean, St. John scored 14 points in the second half. You don't really see that happen, man. It's just a beatdown of epic proportions. They only scored 14 points in the second half and missed 24 consecutive shots to end the game. I've never seen anything like that, man. Scoring 14 points in the second half. I did not expect a blowout here tonight, man. I was expecting a good game, but UConn just way too much to handle. Now, this proves UConn's still a damn good team. Like, they're national title contender. UConn was up 41-26 at halftime. They could have dribbled out the shot clock every possession and probably still won this game. They made St. John's making 2 total field goals in the second half, did not hit a single shot for the remaining 17 minutes. I don't know how this is even possible, man. You can't make a shot for 17 minutes of a ball game. But I felt this was vintage Uconn. They were everywhere on the floor, guys diving on the floor, attacking the paint, Terrace Reed going, just overwhelming defensively. This is a damn good Uconn team. And St. John's hadn't lost since, what, January 3rd, I believe? After they had that loss to Providence. They hadn't lost a game since then. They beat Uconn the first time, but it was going to be much more difficult on the road, and they wouldn't have beat them tonight with how they shot regardless. Uconn could have shot like shit too, and they probably still would have won this game, but St. John's really didn't play much defense tonight either. But how many turns did they have? They only had 8 turns. It wasn't the fact they were turning the ball over. They just couldn't make any shots. And it just was pretty clear from the start. They weren't really getting many easy looks. Like, UConn's making everything really difficult. But there's still no excuse, man, to go 2 for 28 or whatever. But it's tough to beat UConn, man, if Terrace Reed plays the way he did today, because 20 and 11 and gets 6 blocks and 2 steals on the defensive end. 2-way game changer when he's at his best. And then also you have Solo Ball who can make some shots, and Silas Demery, the point guard. Braylon Mullins can nail some shots. Alex Caravan, always a consistent player for UConn. So there's no shame in losing at UConn. There's no shame in that. But of course, just the total embalment of St. John's, maybe, I don't know if it's going to shake their confidence, but I just didn't really see any confidence out there tonight. And it's UConn's largest win ever over St. John's. Crazy, man. Credit to UConn. Their defense was phenomenal. Terrace Reed was great. St. John's, just nobody was great. Offensively, no. Defense wasn't really that good either. So, let's go over the stat sheet, man, and we'll call it. UConn improves to 26-3, 16-2 in the Big East. Scored 72 points. 41 in the first half, 31 in the second half. St. John's drops to 22-6, 15-2 in Big East play. Scored 40 points, 26 in the first half, 14 in the second half. Dylan Mitchell, 0 points, 0 for 4. Zuby Ejiofor, 6 points, 2 for 5. Bryce Hopkins, 8 points, 3 for 14. Son Allen, 10 points, 3 for 10. Osiah Sellers, 4 points, 1 for 6. Ruben Price, 7 points, 1 for 3. Ayo, 0 points. Lito Poulos, 0 points. Darling, 2 points. And Jackson, 3 points, 1 for 6, 0 for 5, 0 for 3, 0 for 0, 1 for 3. They shot 20% from the field, 5 of 20, 25% from the field, 13 of 17, 76% from the line, 37 boards, 8 assists, 8 turnovers, 0 steals, 4 blocks, 16 O-boards, 20 D boards, and 11 fouls for UConn. Caravan, 14 points, 6 of 13 from the field, 2 of 7 from 3, 5 rebounds. Terrace Reed, 20 points, 9 for 14, 11 rebounds, 2 steals, 6 blocks. What a game. Mullins, 9 points, 3 of 8 from 3. Demery, 7 points, 8 assists, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 of 5 from the field. Solo Ball, 11 points, 4 of 7 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3, 4 assists. Jane Ross, 4 points, 4 rebounds, 2 for 5. Dwayne Cormoa, 4 points. Reby, 0 points. And Malachi Smith, 3 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. They shot 47% from the field. 7 to 25, 28% from 3, 9 of 11 to 82 percent from the free throw line, 41 boards, 20 assists, 5 turnovers, 6 steals, 9 blocks, 9 on boards, 32 D boards, and 18 fouls. So, yeah, that's all I'm going to say here for this game. So, leave a like, comment, subscribe for more. Take time out. Peace.